It's upside, inside out, living up mediocre. What up, my niggas? Quick video, little update. Got that sitting on top of my amp because I want to replace my reverb cords with those really cool braided cables. And I'm going to try to get this thing, the parts off of it, so I can ship it to Eric C. That's where it's going. Mr. Eric C is going to do a paint job on that for me. I wanted to give you guys a little update on the Rob Deluxe 5E3 build. I did decide to go ahead with a 5E3 cab chassis, and that being said, a 5E3 chassis. God, I wish I could set you guys down. I guess you're just going to look at that for a second. A standard 5E3 chassis was not available to me. Was readily available to me. The issue with that is I need 4 potentiometers instead of 3. Okay, nobody makes a chassis for the Rob Deluxe, which I'm good with. I'm cool with, and the reason being is because I really wanted to do this from scratch as much as possible. So I was just kind of, this is not perfectly, I'm just thinking here. I'm just kind of laying out my potentiometers. Obviously I got to cut all the holes. I ended up going and getting a punch because this is really the best way to do holes for your valves, your tubes. Unfortunately for me, the smallest one I have is good for the 6L6 tubes, but is not good for the 9-pin tubes, preamp tubes. So I'm going to have to, what I'll do is I'll just use a Christmas tree bit and be real careful about it. Although my Christmas tree bits, I'm a little concerned about them because I don't know if I've used them too much. They're cheap ones. You know how expensive those Christmas tree bits are, and I don't own any real expensive ones, and I just don't see dropping $70 unless I'm going to be doing this a lot, which is kind of, I want to see how this goes. And once I see how this goes, I mean, the way when I think about this, if I had, if I were able to order all the parts and the chassis, and I could probably put one of these together relatively quick, to sell them. Shit. Now, whether that's going to happen in the future, I don't know. But this is going to be my first 5E3 build. It is the Rob Deluxe 5E3, and that's where we're at. So that's why I haven't posted anything. We were going to originally do it in that chassis, and I will end up doing something with that chassis. I'm not sure what yet, but we will end up doing something with it. We may modify this radio cabinet to in order to fit the 5E3 chassis in it, and still use the cabinet with this particular amplifier, or we may just build a finger jointed cabinet and build a nice tweed cabinet, something like the cabinet I built for my airline reverb unit, which I'm not sure I showed this in detail yet. I was even able to get a little airline label on there. I don't know if you guys can see that, but that's actually a paisley covering. But that is a finger jointed cabinet. That was my first attempt at a finger jointed cabinet, and I'm proud of it. I think it came out nice. The reverb certainly works fantastic. I really like it. I didn't know whether I was going to keep this or sell it or what, but it'll never leave. It's just not going to happen. It's like I say, I got this amp here does not have reverb. I love reverb. That's one of the reasons I loved the Carvin X100bs, because they had reverb. Oh, also I have an X100b coming in that's going to be, I don't know what the deal is with it. I talked to the guy the other day. and he said, mine's in pieces right now. I said, why? I said, you didn't attempt to work on it, did you? He goes, no, but a buddy of mine. Oh, fuck, here comes the buddy of mine thing. And he's like, yeah, a buddy of mine. And he's like, mine's got the hot rod modification. Well, that's fine, you know, but a lot of people don't understand. They think that the hot rod modification in the X100b is some type of mod that is supposed to give them more gain. And you can look at it like that. For sure, you could look at that and say, oh yeah, you know, the X100b with the hot rod modification has more gain. But, really, sorry, I am trying to bring up Windows on it. Oh, I'm trying to turn on a PC. Back to the Carvin X100b. The Carvin X100b with the hot rod modification, all that means is that it came stock with EL34s, and you can run either EL34s or 6L6s. Now, my guy, he's like, well, I like the 6L6s for the... He likes the 6L... He doesn't know what he likes, because here's what he said. He goes, well, yeah, he goes, you know, I said, well, what are you trying to do? And he's like, well, I want the 6L6s for my clean channel and the EL34s for my dirty channel. And I'm like, it doesn't work that way. It doesn't, you can't, it doesn't work that way. And he's like, well, that's what my buddy, he couldn't get past. He thinks the hot rod mod allows him to somehow have EL34s in his dirty channel and 6L6s in his clean channel. That's just not the case. I believe he has EL34s all the way across, if not 6L6s, but I'm pretty sure he's got EL34s. You know, I don't know what his buddy did to it, but obviously he fucked it up. He said, yeah, it's in pieces, now it's not fucking working. So I'm going to grab that. I want to get my project completed, which I'm going to be working on tonight. I got up like 1 o'clock in the morning last night and stayed up till 7. Slept till noon today. And it's Christmas time, so, you know, my thinking is that I'm going to have some time here. In fact, tonight I'm going to make some time to go ahead and work on this. And hopefully I want to get all the holes and make the cuts for the transformers. I'd like to get that all done so that I can assemble this amp, because the board's done. It just needs to be wired. The only ones I did was the jumper wires on the back. So I need to wire the board and assemble it, and I get to it. I'm really excited to hear it, you know, and show you guys what's what. And like I say, if this goes well, I may start building a few a year. My next amplifier build, you guys are gonna be really interested in, because it's the amplifier, you know, that you would want. Trust me. I'm not gonna tell you. I'm gonna leave it a secret. Other than that, man, this is kind of like the annual Merry Christmas video that I do every year. I usually put out a video just to say what's up and say Merry Christmas to all you guys, and how much I appreciate all you guys. Definitely have gone up in subscribers, have gone up in views. YouTube and the Google machine will not allow me to monetize anymore. That goes back to the video that I've made a video when the shot came out, and in that video I asked you guys what you thought, opinions on what you guys thought I should do in terms of getting the shot, because I do not have the residual symptoms that I had before. I was sick again. I had it again a few weeks back, and it seems my residual symptoms have seemed to relieve a little bit. We'll see. I hope it sticks. But anyway, if you guys want to go back to that video, you can watch it. And what had happened after that video is that I had received an email from YouTube. It was not one of those type of emails that they just shoot out. Somebody actually sat down and wrote it. It basically said, you know, how dare you put up content questioning this almighty savior of a shot, and this, that, and the other, and then they decided to demonetize me. So I went ahead and I said, no, I want to be monetized. They gave me my monetization back immediately, and then they took it again. I appealed it, and they said, oh, well, we're demonetizing you because you have repeated content. Okay, what does that mean? Well, it's content from other creators that is on your channel. Well, show me where it's at. And of course they won't listen. So after we argued about that, they said, fine, we'll monetize you again. I had to apply for another AdSense account, and AdSense said that they can't approve me. So it's all the Communist Party, the United States Communist Party, you know, at work again. So yeah, I'm demonetized at this point. I really don't give a shit. I mean, although, you know, a couple $100 a month is a couple $100 a month, but whatever. You know, I don't need money from the Communist Party, and I'm not going to beg for it. So that's where we're at with that. I recently, a person from my past on YouTube has started to put up content again. I'm not going to say his name. I will say hello to him. He and I had some words via email a few months back, and it is what it is. He knows how I feel. I know how he feels, and it is what it is. However, I have seen him putting up some content, and I appreciate that, and it is nice to see him a little more active. Doors open, so, you know. You know who you are. You know what you know what I've said. Doors open to you, brother. And that's that. So, other than that, I want to say Merry Christmas to you guys. Hopefully, I'll be with you before the New Year. Show you by that time. Hopefully, I can show you guys some content of this amplifier assembly coming together. And that's that. All right, guys. I will talk to you later. Peace out. Love y'all.